3, 2, 1. And we are live. All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the Frito Bandito Taqueria. My name is John Farrell, and we are here live tonight. Gotta rep the Glendora 8 and 10 and under Diamond Dogs. They won the championship today. My daughter got a big old hunk of metal that's supposed to go around her finger. They call it a ring. I think it's a gigantic paperweight. So they won the championships of their Lassie League. So congratulations to them. I'm excited it's all over. I'm very much so happy to throw them back in the pool starting next week and get starting on the summer season of swimming. It's going to be a much more relaxed schedule now. No more 5 hours sitting at a ballpark after work. Yay! I am very excited about that. Also,
yeah, I do have one question for you.
I do have one answer. Let's see if they match.
And before I get into my question, hello, folks. This is William Paul.
Hi, William.
And by the way, also on the mics, we do have Operator.
Hello.
So my question, your time at the Diamond, if it had actually been productive for your girls, allowing them, like, say they were up at bats, every game, multiple times, swinging, hitting the ball, and they were actually running around the bases, and they were playing like shortstop and or first base and getting a good workout every game, would your experience have been different? Would you have been more prone to let them continue?
Okay, full disclosure, whether or not they are going to continue is up for debate. There has been no complete confirmation one way or another. I'm on Facebook, that's why I have to say that just in case someone's watching me. But basically, here's my whole problem with organized softball, and this is the same for almost any other organized sports league that is team focused. So my general issue is that no matter what, any and all teams want to win. Okay, which, hey, that's a good thing to want to learn. You want to win. But the problem is the way at least our league was set up is that girls that do not already have decent skills, unless they get the miracle coach that isn't focused on winning. The problem is if you don't have the skills, you don't play the position. That's the problem. And 6U, they just throw the girls wherever the crap they want because nobody knows how to play anything at 6 and under. 8 and under, they kind of start to develop positions. So my younger daughter is in the 8 and under category. Last year, in the 6 and under category, she got to play catcher, which basically she just booped a ball that a coach gently tossed towards the plate. I mean, there was no catching involved. She wore the gear and knelt behind the hitter. Now, 8U, she wanted to become a catcher. She wanted to learn and she wanted to develop and she wanted to become a catcher. Well, the problem is on her team, there were 2 girls that could actually catch the ball on a somewhat consistent basis. My daughter never played catcher after the 3rd game. So she never had a chance. She never was really given the opportunity to catch during practice. Now, full disclosure, whether that was because she wasn't motivated, whether the coaches didn't want her to, whether the coaches simply didn't think about it, that's up for debate. That can easily be a discussion that can be had, but the simple fact of the matter was she never played catcher again. And my daughter really wants to play catcher, but she never got the opportunity to because there are 2 girls on her team that were already good at the position. Therefore, my daughter got punked into the outfield, and there she sat basically the entire rest of the season. Maybe every once in a while she got on shortstop. Maybe she got on second base. Most of the time, 90% of the time, she's in the outfield bored out of her mind because no girl can hit the ball into the outfield. You maybe have 2 girls, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 girls in the entire league of like 6 teams that can actually crank a ball into right field. Just doesn't happen. So my daughter sits out there bored out of her mind. So she's not playing the position she wants. She has no opportunity to practice the position she wants. She never gets any opportunities to be in game situations in the positions that she wants. What's the point? What is the point of having your daughter on a team when she really wants to play a position, but she never gets the opportunity to play that position? That's my major problem. Now, back to your point, if she was actually hitting the ball, getting on base, running, my problem is softball is not continuous, rigorous exercise.
Okay.
It's not. There is no continuous, rigorous exercise about softball at all. It's just simply not a part of the equation. More higher teams will do some running, will do some stuff, but basically at that age, it is all skills. Throwing a ball, catching a ball, hitting a ball. That's it. There is no calisthenics. There is no running. Maybe you'll get one team out of the entire league that'll do maybe 5 minutes of running. That's it. So my major problem is exactly what you're saying. I want my daughters to get good physical exercise every day. I want them to at least get good physical exercise 3 times a week. Softball, they do not get that with it. They just don't. It's not a part of it.
Okay.
It is just not possible. And I've watched them, and I've been running around softball fields all season long because that's when I get my running workouts in. And not a lot of running. So anyway, we are going to get started. And one thing that we're going to be doing a little bit here in the beginning is, okay, looks like we may have patch maintenance on Monday, which is fine, because we're going to be playing, we're going to be starting Dragon's Dogma on Monday. And also, I got a brand new pickup. So this is the Red Dragon M990 MMO mouse. And I'm going to have to spend a couple minutes and get some things configured here. Because, yeah, this setup is completely different than the other one that I had. So it has a whole extra row of buttons on it. So I have to change my hotbars
as you're working on that. Now, you said Monday you're playing Dragon's Dogma.
Correct.
Now, that is the first one, Dragon's Dogma, not one,
Yes.
because whatever.
Correct.
Not Dragon's Dogma 2,
Dark
which
Arisen.
recently came out. That's right, Dark Arisen, yeah. Now, with Dragon's Dogma 2 having come out, Operator, I think I've seen you listed on Steam as playing that on occasion.
Yes, I've played a lot of it.
What? Yeah. How is that compared to the first one?
Kind of a side grade. Combat's kind of a downgrade because they just made some very questionable choices. Plot's definitely a downgrade. Endgame
Plot's
is
a
definitely
downgrade?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And
First
here
one
I am
actually
with...
had a pretty good plot.
I could not find the plot in the first one.
You become an Arisen, you go kill stuff, you go kill a dragon. Oh, that's right, you never actually beat the game.
No, I did beat the game.
No, you have to kill the Seneschal.
I got the end credits.
The end credits after the dragon are a fake out.
Dun, dun, dun!
There's 2 end credits.
No. You see, we're talking about Dragon's Dogma here, not Dragon Quest XI.
I see what you did there, Will. That was good. That was good.
And for longtime viewers of the Taqueria, you understand my pain when I say that.
Yes. Okay, so now I got those there. Okay. All right, so now...
how are the ergonomics of the M990 in comparison to the G600.
So the only thing that I do miss is I miss that third mouse button. That's the G shift button. I mean,
Got
ergonomics.
stuck all the freaking time.
No, mine never got stuck. I miss. I know. I kind of miss that a little bit. But I miss it already. However,
Wait, is that the one that's behind the middle button?
no, it's the one just to the side of the right click.
So the Logitech G600 has a proprietary third mouse button.
Okay. Yeah, I was.
So it has a left, middle, and right. But the right one, since Windows isn't programmed to have a three-button mouse, the third one requires software or programming of the internal memory. And because the Logitech software is crap, the button would frequently get stuck for a lot of people. I never had any issues when I was playing on the game on PlayStation, but when I moved to PC, I started having major problems with it and got the Red Dragon M908 shortly after Logitech announced their partnership with rapper Lil Nas.
Oh yeah, that sucked. That's one of the reasons why I kind of I'm trying to go away from Logitech as well. All right.
I've also found that Red Dragon's a very good brand, at least for mice. Their keyboard reviews say that they use Otemu switches in the mechanical keyboards, which Otemu are not as good as other switches because they're not as replaceable. At least for me, they're not as good. Good evening, Maldor.
Oh, hi Maldor. Sorry. Didn't have my thing up there. Okay.
Farrell is reorganizing his hotbars and programming his new mouse.
How do we want to do this?
See, what I was thinking about with the M990 is, the extra 4 buttons can't really be assigned to a specific hotbar because, well, MMO hotbars are 12 buttons.
Right.
So you would have to find something else to assign them to, some other keys on the keyboard.
Right. So I got 1, 2.
Ah, but Maldor, you say you're not sad, but are you happy?
Yeah, no, 100%. It was a lot worse than I initially read that it was. Basically,
I'm thinking that this ties back into what the comment I made in the Discord that I was told was off in its own channel, or off in its own lane. It's just that Sony's behavior is now normal. Perhaps. Gaming's definitely getting really crappy.
Okay, so
I recommend everyone
think...
stock up on retro games.
Yeah,
while they
pretty
still
much.
can.
Pretty much, yeah. Or
they're easily available if you know where to look.
Get them any way you can. All right, let's see. No, we're not officially talking emulation.
What?
What are you talking about? Emulation is completely illegal.
Right?
That's how you get the files that's up for debate.
Right. 9, 10, plus, minus.
And I highly condone and recommend and advise everyone to have many emulators and to acquire games for those emulators.
So that should be... Okay. Hey, Camaro.
Pretty sure we're going to soon see the day when emulating old games is the only way to get good games.
Yeah, basically. No, this one...
No, people can make good current games.
But they're not making them, really. It's like Hollywood. And movies and television and all the other arts that are going down the drain, where there's almost no good ones coming out. So if you want to watch something good, uplifting, wholesome, and not filled with sex, debauchery, and degeneracy, you basically have to go back to the 1950s.
Now that's weird. Why is that not... Why is key 11? Oh. Oh, I see how this works now. Okay. Sorry, guys. I have my, new software. So this one's going to be equals.
This would be a lot more interesting if there was something going on screen.
Yeah, I know. I do apologize. There you go. There we go. Okay. All right. So, next thing I got to do is I need to pull up you, and we need to make two changes here. So there's control. So it's shift, control, and shift. Okay. So okay, profile 2. There you go. Okay, so this one is control, shift, okay, we're gonna make that control, shift, tab, oops, tab. All right. Okay, now why am I walking?
Because you hit slash on the numpad.
Oh. Ah, there you go. Cool. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Yeah, so there's my first row. Okay, so now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to shift a couple things around. So, all right, so I got Dia, Glare, Holy. Okay, so then after Holy, we'll swap that. We'll do Presence of Mind on 4. So I am totally gonna have to relearn. No, we'll put Asylum. Whoa. Ah, that's right. We'll shift these out so we have a little more room to work. Okay. No, we don't want that. We want to put a size there. So there's my 4 stuff. Okay. Single target, multi-target. Flatus Misery. Okay. So then... Okay, there's my sprint. Okay, so then there's that. Okay, so we'll pop Asuna there first. So then regen. So yeah, definitely Divine Benison is something I need to use a lot more. Having fun, operator?
Gotta entertain the folks somehow.
Right. We'll pop Temperance there. Okay, Liturgy Bell. Okay, so we'll do you there, you there, your 3. Okay. I think we're about good here. Lock. All right. Okay, bring that down, bring that down. All right. Okay. Hopefully this isn't too crazy.
Is everything all right?
I'm gonna have to relearn all of my muscle memory I've not developed. Alright, Julius. You still suck. You still annoy me.
That's not even his name.
So you were able to rescue Ashdaya. Thank the 12.
His name is Julius, not Julius.
Ow. Still makes crappy orange juice.
It stole the joke right from out from under me.
Channeling light from the first was rather ingenious. It may fall short of cross-rift travel, but it's still an impressive
But you know,
achievement
I
in
am
my book.
surprised that he doesn't have any of those oranges in
kind.
his salad.
Suffice it to say, though,
That is true.
that I don't intend to rest on these laurels. There's always more to be done.
Zero stayed in the void, did she? Well, if I had known it would come to that, I would have said a proper farewell.
Oh, come on. Yeah, the hots for her. You know you did. Because I do.
Thanks for what? I don't recall doing anything in particular for her. On the contrary, she's the one who risked life and limb.
Well, theoretically, she didn't really have a real body here, so, yeah, you know.
Still, I'm glad that she got something out of her time here. As the days roll on, things will change for the both of us, but some things will remain as they are. As far as I'm concerned, Zero will always be a friend and
If she's working tirelessly to restore the 13th, it wouldn't do to be outdone here. When next Zero visits, we must see to it that you have a shiny new Garlemald to show her.
Sounds like something you get at, like, Walgreens.
Indeed.
I need a shiny new
Speaking of
Garlemald. What?
rebuilding,
Aisle 5?
there's a
All right,
matter
we're
I'd
there.
like to discuss with you and Alphino. Word has spread of our dealings with Razat Han, and people are excited by the prospect of standing on our own 2 feet again. Naturally, it won't be straightforward. It never is. But on the whole, I have a good feeling about it.
In other words, it may be time for us to limit our involvement. That Garleans might take the lead. I can see the sense in that.
No, that's not what I meant at all.
Oh. Yeah, everyone wants everyone wants Alphino gone. Yes, go away, Alphino. We don't like you.
Seeing as things are going well, we want
I
you
always
to
thought
take
that there
a
was
rest.
at least one person that liked
A proper
Alphino.
rest. That's what I wanted to say on everyone's behalf.
Somewhere out there, someone
I mean, their name is
likes-
Alphino, but
You've done so
That's
much
it.
for us already.
Someone likes
Toiled beside us in the cold
Alphino.
for far longer than anyone could ask.
I swear, if they reboot
You've earned a
American Tail,
reprieve
I'm gonna
100
hurt
times
something.
over.
They
So
had
go on.
better not touch American
Stay.
Tail. I don't trust that IP to anyone.
I would trust it to one person and one person alone.
Don Bluth.
Exactly.
Yep.
I was thinking of taking a break anyway.
All right. This is the best part. The guitar riff. This is why we came back. We came back for the guitar riff.
I thought we came back to
Far be it from
have
us to go
Alphino
against
lead.
such a heartfelt request. Though I
No,
would
the
be
guitar
lying
riff
were I to say
out
we
trumps
just hear we
Alphino
weigh
any
on our
stretch of the
minds.
imagination. By the way.
Well, a lot of stuff trumps Alphino.
Right. You know, ants trump Alphino.
We could take a leaf out of Zero's book and roam about for a while. Maybe visit nations who share little history with Garlemald. Look for opportunities to foster future relations. We might learn something of recent foreign affairs that has escaped our notice.
Yeah, can we
As
please
we
leave the
move on,
frigid
we
cold,
will
Ali
see
say?
to the
It's
task.
been freaking
An
long
excellent
enough,
idea,
okay?
Alice.
Well, that hardly sounds like a rest at all.
To us, it is the best kind of rest. Stimulating and meaningful.
If it's settled, then let's return to Charlian and consider our options. What about the rest of you? Do you have any plans?
You know, murder stuff,
We're
steal
indebted
stuff,
to Lord
plunder,
Fortuno
you
and
know,
his
the
colleagues for their
usual.
cooperation. 'Twould be meet to report on the outcome of our mission.
Then it seems we are all bound for Charlian. Upon arriving, let us seek out Athalie at the rostra and have her notify Father.
Hold on. I'm writing a love note to my wife. All right. Going to Rostra. All right. But I mean, operator, to your point about only wanting to play old games, the good thing is I still have a lot of games on my list that I need to get to.
Well, it's very great for those of us with no time. Some of us have tons of time.
Yep. I mean, even then, I still have a fair amount of games on, like, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 2. I mean, I will never be short of games that I really want to play. And to be really honest, there are sincerely not a lot of current games that I'm like, oh, I need this game, I need that game, I need this game. Like, the only, like, the next one that I kind of have my eyes on is Unicorn Overlord. I'm actually pretty excited to dig into that one because I haven't played a game like that since Ogre Battle 64, and that was high school. And
Errol, I hate to interrupt you, but I know there is one other game I know that you are looking forward to playing and just 100%ing. Forspoken.
Oh, yes. Once it gets to $7. Okay, we're not gonna 100% that game. No way, I'm gonna put myself through that torture. We're going to get to end credits and just mock it relentlessly.
So the end of Act 2 of 3.
Basically, yes. We'll get to the false.
Again, that's a callback.
We'll get to the false ending and say, "All right, there's a credit. Shut up, we're done."
The problem is that game isn't good enough to have a false ending.
Oh, what was it? Okay, so this was like years and years ago. There was like a month and a half or whatever that I worked at a video game store. This is like early 90s because it was way before I moved out here to Michigan. And someone was turning in their copy of Castlevania Symphony of the Night they just bought like within the week because they said they'd finished the game. And I got chatting with them, and they never realized that the castle turned upside down. And so I was just like, okay, we'll take the game back if you want.
Oh man, that's honestly almost as sad as me selling back Persona 2 Innocent Sin, because I had no idea what it was, and it wasn't. I couldn't figure it out very well, so I sold it back like an idiot. I seriously should have kept that game. I seriously should have kept it and just held on to it. But
or me selling my copy of Final Fantasy Tactics after I beat it once, barely.
Tactics is no joke. There's some fights that are just genuinely unfair. Like there's this one that I remember. It's like late game, and it's a random encounter in a certain area, and you're facing off against 12 fully powered monks. Oh, you had no shot. There was nothing you can do unless you had a high power spellcasting unit with you. You're toast, because you are not getting anywhere near those guys. They will destroy you by the time you get within range. It's just so unfair. But yeah, I actually had to restart the game once when I was playing through it back in high school, because I got completely stuck on one of those boss fights, and no matter what I did with the units that I had, I could not finish that fight. So I had to start all the way over from the beginning, and I had to retool my entire unit, and then I was able to make it happen after that. But man, That was rough. That was rough. But it is a darn good game, though. Music is fantastic. Gameplay is actually really good, even if you're not a huge fan of strategy RPGs. And, yeah, music is great. Story is also very good, too. The biggest disappointment, honestly, is the fact that Cloud is in the game. Because you get him like 80% of the way through the game, and he starts at level 1. And you're just like, what do I even do with him? But if you take the time and grind him up, he is so broken. So overpowered, just murders everything. But you gotta take a crap load of time to level him up. Yeah, I didn't even pay attention to any of that.
Well, it is all in the event log.
Right. Oh, let's see here real quick.
And worst case scenario, operator can give us a synopsis.
And not so much. I barely remember this.
Let's see here real quick.
Worst case scenario, operator can give us a synopsis of the important points that remain relevant by the end of the MSQ.
The problem is we don't really know what's going to be relevant because Endwalker cut down so much of what was used to determine what was relevant.
Yeah.
We're in open waters now.
All right. Obligations are concluded. Yay. Basically, they came back and talked to Pops. That was about it.
And Ishtola got assigned to write a book on the Reflections, Void, and Crossrift travel crap.
Yeah.
They're very heavily implying that in a future expansion, Ishtola will figure out a way to open up Crossrift travel to the reflections of the source, meaning that we'll be able to go to the remaining reflections and do stuff there, which could be a very interesting plot arc if handled correctly, or it could be a horrible plot arc if handled incorrectly.
Well, operator, at least we know this. Whether a good or bad plot arc, according to you, it will also be accompanied by poor game mechanics.
Unless they change their design decisions.
Far be it from me to turn down free food. Oh, yeah, I kind of need to deliver that, don't I? Yep, okay.
Sorry, I'm away from keyboard right now. You mentioned having to deliver something. You mean you're on your second major you're fulfilling the second of the two things that people know you for?
Yes.
Just random delivery missions?
Random delivery missions and murdering anything that moves.
Well, I was going to say the first one is murdering gods.
Right.
But, yeah. Murdering gods and simple fetch quests.
Alright. Shooby-doo-doo, be-doo-doo, be-doo-doo. Oh, okay. Okay, gotta do something real quick here. Button off. Apply. I gotta turn certain buttons off. Or else they're gonna start clicking keys. I don't want them to click.
Are you turning buttons on your new mouse off?
Just my back row of the keys, because I don't know what to do with them just yet. Just 13, 14, 15, and 16 on my side.
What are they bound to by default?
Stuff I don't want them to.
Like?
One was the minus key. One was the slash key, and that's why my character started walking.
I see.
So like I said, I'm just simply turning them off, that back row, until I know what to do with them. And same thing with my DPI selectors. I just turned all of those off.
Ah, yes. The king
I
has
have no
already
need to
shared what
adjust
a
my
glimpse
DPI
into
and my mouse on the
source.
fly.
The day is won, and the danger
I just set all of them
past.
to 800 on the M908.
Hearing
Yeah, basically.
the tidings lifted a great weight from my shoulders. Never before had I taken on such a monumental
How fast your
quest.
cursor moves.
Dots per inch.
Small though it was, we are glad to have played a role in saving
what it
the
is.
Exarch's home. And
No.
yours.
Well, we're gonna tell you anyway.
Will I
Furthermore,
remember?
the endeavor served
No.
to confirm the bond between the peoples of
It's
North
important when looking at a mouse, man.
Look, I don't even know why you would need to adjust it.
Nurturing
Because
this
if you
bond,
move your
we will
mouse
strive to be
and
an
it's not
example
one-to-one
for the
in
world
an
Zero
FPS game,
aspires to
you're going to
restore.
die.
Yeah, it's mostly for high-powered first-person shooter peoples.
Mostly, but it's still very important for other groups of people. Like, my mother uses something like what feels like a 2000 DPI mouse on a 3-inch section of mouse pad. And whenever I use her computer, I can't freaking use the thing.
Using darkness from the void to restore balance to this world.
Yeah.
If such a thing could be done.
I'm always like, how the heck do you do this? This is freaking impossible. This is more than double the DPI that I use.
Well,
I
What's-
move the
night
cursor,
has returned
or
to
I move the
our
mouse
world.
just a fraction,
Darkness cannot
and
arise
it
of its
flies
own
across the
accord.
screen.
Oh, is that okay? I thought.
If it could be brought
Yeah,
here,
well, I
the
think
light
there's a
amount
term
of
for this.
how
I
we
think it's
channel
called
light
skill
to the
issue.
void. It may well be possible to restore the empty in its entirety.
Everyone should use low DPI mice. Trust me, they're much better. Just move your arm more.
Yeah, problem for me is I don't have, like, hold up. I have mine set to 1,000.
That's still low by a lot of standards.
Do you
Oh, I
still
know.
have
It is very
that
much so
spirit
low.
vessel with you?
They go up to like
If so,
16k
I beg
or
you loan it
32k.
to me
Yeah,
for
mine
a
goes up to
time.
32.
And
I
at that
would
point, I'm like,
use it to investigate
who
a
needs a
way to
DPI
have the
that high?
tower receive
Wait, it's over
rather than
9,000?
send energy.
Yes.
Correct.
9,000's low.
Operator, you missed the joke.
No, I got it. I just don't think it's funny.
You don't find anything funny.
Oh no, I find a lot of things funny.
No. Will, he does find things funny. You just have to listen for the sound of the wheezing chihuahua. See, there you go. That's what he finds funny. Anything he finds funny, he turns into a wheezing chihuahua.
I think
too
most
need
of
to
that's the
explore
noise
new
gate.
possibilities for my powers.
Yes, it is, but it's still
Recent
funny and
experience
true.
in Bartharang has taught me that.
Well, okay, so, but the fact, it sounds like that he finds the
I will
sound of
set
his own
aside
voice
botany for a
funny,
time,
so
and
he
focus
does get
instead on
points for
myself.
appreciating self-deprecating humor.
Look. The man I'm supposed to call
Knowing Zero
my
is out
father
there, doing her utmost
wants
to
to teach my
restore
laughter.
our world. It inspires
It is
me
to this
redouble
day
my
something I'm
efforts.
aware is typically found to be annoying, obnoxious, and sounding awful. And I don't give a crap.
The man I'm supposed to be referring to as my father. What, are you, like, legally obligated to do so under contract? I heretofore am here
heaven, yes. Thou shalt honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days may be long upon the earth.
Farrell, as Operator's legal counsel under Chunkla law, I will state that due to the morality clause in his non-disclosure agreement, he's legally obligated to not answer that question.
Oh, okay. No, it's like hilarious. So yesterday, my middle daughter did California mandated socialism praising assembly, where they extolled the likes of Helen Keller, Cesar Chavez, and some woman that guaranteed women's elections or something like that. And
Anthony?
No.
Wait.
Katie.
Helen
Katie
Keller,
something.
she's
a straight up communist. Yes.
the one thing I know about Helen Keller is that she had so many handicaps and she overcame them to act like a normal person.
If a normal person sounds like this. That was my Helen Keller impersonation.
But that's it.
No. She wasn't
I mean,
out.
if there's more to her than just that, then okay, whatever.
Well, she was an open communist.
Okay, well,
even through signing things into people's hands, she openly extolled the virtues of communism.
What do you
okay.
think? The communists would kill her first.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They'd kill her before they killed me.
Right?
I waited and waited, but you never came.
Oh,
What have you been doing?
Gaia! It's freaking about time we see you again.
Gaia.
Your emu boots.
Well, they couldn't have her in the regular MSQ.
Of course
Or is
not.
this the regular MSQ?
Oh.
Because she was
You
never
see-
in the regular MSQ.
What they did is,
Do I
if you
know
did
you?
the Eden Rain series, she shows up here. If not, she doesn't.
Oh, really?
Wow. We promised to go for coffee biscuits.
Ugh. I never agreed to anything of the sort.
Yes, you did. Shut your mouth.
Besides, coffee biscuits are old news. I'd rather try something else.
I'm like totally emo.
What? I thought you liked them too. Well, no matter. The second serving has something for every taste. So let's just go.
Yeah.
Farrell,
What?
when you
Enough
tell
about that.
Gaia to shut her
What
mouth,
were you talking about?
that's quite a big ask.
That is a big ass because she's got big lips. She's got the whole Laura Croft thing going on. Oh my gosh, I have to share this story. So there's this one gal
Harnessing darkness from
that
the void.
I have seen at
Oh, there's an
the
idea.
softball fields. And I've kind of seen her from afar. And she's kind of like one of those people where you're just like, is that what I think I'm seeing? And then I saw her up close, and it's exactly what I thought it was. A Botox job gone horrendously wrong.
Rip.
It's like her whole face is like Violet from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It is
Oh
just
boy.
puffy and swollen. And it doesn't help that she obviously had tattooed makeup on. Like, you know how some women will actually tattoo makeup on their face? And
That's a bad idea.
well, it's called permanent makeup, and it's a legitimate thing. It's not tattoos, but it's called permanent makeup. And like, I'm just looking at this person, and I'm just like, is that a mask? And then I was close enough, and I'm just like, no, that is actually, ow. That just looks painful. You know? It just looks so unnatural that it just looks like if you just poof, and then her face would deflate. Like, that's how it looked. And I'm just like, and then obviously she had work done on her lips as well. Because, I mean, you think guys' lips are huge? Good golly. And it just made her whole face just look wrong. And I was like, how?
That, ladies and gentlemen, is why I do not condone plastic surgery.
Yeah, it was definitely a plastic surgery gone horrendously
alone
wrong.
won't cut it.
I mean, okay, I can understand there's a need for plastic
Next time,
surgery.
call on me
Yes.
as well, all right?
I agree with that.
Reconstructive surgery.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Elective surgery. Not so much.
But yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's
there could be times in which surgery is determined to be elective, but it's still potentially beneficial. And
all right,
that
Razat
I
Han.
can get behind. That I can get behind, but yeah.
Oh, what was funny was there was an episode of I think it was called The Hamptons, where this doctor is a concierge doctor at this really fancy like housing
Development.
Yeah, housing development out in the Hamptons.
Land unit development.
Yes. And there is this one episode I remember where this older lady comes to him and she goes, "I'm afraid that I have a flat tire." And he goes, I'm sorry, I'm not a, I don't do cars. I apologize.
Wait,
and then
is this reality TV or like scripted drama?
Scripted drama. It was on USA.
Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Royal Pains. That's it.
There we go.
Yeah. Royal Pains. So,
okay.
Yeah, it took me a sec to remember the actual name of the show. So she goes, "I have a flat tire," and the doctor goes, "I'm sorry, I don't do cars."
Not a mechanic.
She takes off her jacket. One boob is completely flat, and the other one is big. She goes, "No, I have a flat tire." So then he's like, "Oh, okay, I can fix this." He wind up deflating the other tire. And later on in the episode, she's like, "Oh man, this just feels so much better."
Oh, on her back, yeah.
On everything.
Okay, so what age range was the woman in
70s.
question? Oh, jeez.
That's what made it hilarious. It's just old woman. One of them's gone flat. Oh boy. Gotta love women. Can't live with them. Can't live without them.
I'm
not gonna.
Completely and utterly vain.
Wait.
No.
I thought that line was, "Gotta love women. Can't live with them. Can't shoot them."
No.
Cannot.
That's not the line. No, Will. No. No, quad, yeah. That's a buzzer.
My darling little brother.
I don't like that.
To think that I will never
Or wait,
see
no.
you
Was that a movie quote?
Yes, it is a movie quote. You were close. I just didn't say the final line. Cause that's talking to you after dark material.
Anyone would think he was actually
No,
your brother.
that's the entire line from what I remember.
No. That's women for you. Can't live with them, can't live without them. All they want is blank. And I'm not filling in the blank. I can't remember what movie it's from, but I remember my roommate would always quote that.
No. I think we're thinking of different
Save
movies.
your tears.
Yes,
Because
I'm
what
pretty
you're-
positive we're
His
thinking of different
Excellency
movies.
still has one of his eyes,
Because what you're describing is not even
and he has made
remotely.
it clear he intends to continue using
You know
his
what?
vessel.
Let's just go ahead and move on. New topic.
New topic.
Never fear.
You've got one of the elephant men chatting with. Yeah.
This is an elephant lady?
Truly?
Excuse me?
But will it be the little
Look.
one?
Fine. I assumed their gender.
You can only
Personally,
tell so
I
much from their
prefer the adult
backside,
vessel.
okay?
It guts a gallant figure,
see,
and his
The thing
superior
is, you forgot her
functionality
name.
besides.
Otherwise, you'd know who it was.
Actually, it was pretty
Look.
funny. I was talking to a friend,
don't care about such
my
things.
daughter's bestie's mom, and the daughter's older sister, who's 20, and we were talking about
My little brother,
we were
little and adorable.
oh, way to play into the anime trope, you idiot.
Sisters, give me strength.
That's this entire.
It's a fine thing being
He's
so
drunk.
loved.
But
Wait, why is he talking to Nidhogg? Isn't that the elephant's name? Nidhogg?
no, that's the dragon.
Her name is Nidhana?
Nidhogg, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Best friends with the Stinian?
Okay,
Different
Will.
character.
That joke is dying. It is dying. Let it die. Let that joke die.
Had enough of the revelry, have you?
Not really even
Anyway.
a joke.
Speaking of Estinian, nice rags. I guess.
So, what's next for our hero?
But anyway, you were talking to your daughter's best friend's mother and older sister.
You
Yes.
need to decide just yet.
And what was interesting
recall our
was
escapades in the
they were
void began
asking
with
me
a treasure
about
map I paid
different
entirely
zoos
too
that I've
much
done
gil
work for. And I was like, yeah, we did LA Zoo. We did the elephants. She's like, yeah, last time we went, there was actually a massive protest about the elephants. So they didn't allow the elephants into the yard because of the protesters. I'm just like, oh, you people suck. It's like the elephants are
force an
just
adventure.
living.
You'll
Just
have
let
to
them
when it
live,
happens.
idiots.
You'll know when the time is right.
The
Would you-
things I could do if only I had an ounce of power.
Yeah. I mean,
Till then,
the
it's
amount
good
of
to
money
lend an
you
ear
can
to
make
others
being a
and their
protester, it's a good paying gig these days.
Speaking of others,
Discussing each other's plans, are we? Alas, I have nothing exciting to share.
Errol,
I foresee an extended confinement in my Sharlayan chambers.
you forgot to say that joke
compiling my
in your
theories
Norm
on
MacDonald
prosperous
voice.
travel.
It's a thing, these protesters, they make lots of money. And when they get thrown in jail, they get people to pay them. And they pay them by bailing them out. These people, they claim that they know what they're talking about, but no, they're idiots, all of them. Oh yeah, Bill Clinton, he murdered a guy.
My research may be classified, prohibited by the powers that be.
Nah, it'll be interesting to see what happens though with Hollywood, because we got more people bailing on Hollywood. You got 50 Cent just openly stated he's bailing. You got
Oh no!
well,
All the great cinema that 50 Cent has produced, I'm no longer going to be able to view it.
no, he's making his own movies elsewhere, like.
Oh,
and then,
okay.
And then it was.
I was worried there for a second.
No, these are people who are actually kind of putting their money where their mouth is, and they're making like non-woke cinema. And I think it was
Not so long
who
as a
else?
bond
There was
exists
two.
between people.
There were two big
ever
ones
shall our worlds
that
be
were
connected.
working together
As it stands,
and
a means to travel
just
to the first is
doing
within reach,
non
and I would be satisfied
cinema.
even should my
I mean, not
research
like
not exist
pro,
in an official capacity.
not like pro-right, because these people aren't pro-right, but it's just like, hey, look, the movies suck now. And it's because of all of these people that are woke completely
It's
just...
because of diversity checklists.
Yes, it's because of diversity checklists and all this other crap that completely cramps the creative spirit. So we're going to go outside of Hollywood, and we're going to start making movies again.
And what of you, Estinian?
So it'll be
Have you any
interesting to see
plans?
what happens. Because, I mean, my kids and I, we went and saw Spy X Family in the theater. We had a great time. That was a wonderful movie to go take the kids to and watch in the theater. I mean, if you watch the series, it makes a little more sense, but if you haven't seen the series, you'll be fine watching the movie. It's a great time. It's a really good time. But I wouldn't take them to see any live action stuff right now.
Heavens no.
Heavens no. Like I kind
wouldn't
of
even know where to look to see what's coming out.
I mean, I would have liked to take them to go see that Wonka reboot, but it's like,
He
no,
never
this
was
is
one
the
to stay
third
put for long.
reboot of
Though I've
Wonka.
no doubt he will make himself
Wait,
known when needed.
That was several years ago.
I thought it was like last year. Wasn't it?
You're talking about the Johnny Depp
No.
one?
No. There's
No,
another
no,
one.
no. There's another one.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, he said third reboot.
Yes. The
This is
third
the third.
reboot.
Okay,
The
so
Johnny
wait.
the Johnny Depp one was pretty good. Weird.
That was the first reboot, right?
Yes.
Because I know I remember seeing that one. That one was closer to the book
Oh, that's
than the original one.
okay. It's the second reboot.
So the second...
The second reboot like came out last year. It was like Thanksgiving, somewhere around there.
Okay.
But it was Wonka, and of course he has a black female assistant. In England.
Wait, they got rid... Okay, there are black people in England.
In the 1920s?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, there would have been quite a few.
Okay.
Because
That's
one of the places escaped slaves would go to after, getting out of slavery in the South.
England?
Yeah, because England banned slavery earlier than the States. Because
Oh, yeah, that's right.
they banned it in like 1847 or something.
That's right. They did ban it before the United States did.
Although the United States would have banned it first if not for 2 states.
Right. Democrats. Good job, guys. All right. Until next time, hot cat chick girl. All right.
It's so funny. They teleported you from Megaduda over to Merida's Morane just to tell you to teleport back to Megaduda.
Of course. Of course they would do that, jerks.
I've been sitting here watching you in the cutscene, and you just teleport over there, and your quest objective is to come back.
Of course. Hi again.
Ew. Okay, time for 6.55. And be sure to pay a lot of attention because you're probably going to want to. At least at
Meanwhile,
first.
if I get a chance, I actually need to run inside and check on my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Everything appears to be in order.
Okay, looks like now will be an okay time. Okay, yes. All right. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. I gotta go check on my kids. I will be right back.
Apparently, Steam has most Star Wars games discounted for May the 4th.
That sounds good.
If only I had
think-
money.
Which, if any, games were you considering?
I mean, I've got a few on my wish list, but I'm not really heavily considering any of them. They don't have the classic Star Wars Battlefront discounted. What the heck?
Wait, are you and I not Steam friends?
No, we are.
Huh.
I must just not be... Yeah, what's the word? Visible on your friends list due to the amount of friends you have.
Yeah.
The friends list does appear to be alphabetical.
There we go.
I'm curious though. I think I saw something on the front page of Steam. So the EA publisher sale is what I saw, which includes Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which my computer can't run. There's no way I'm ever playing that game.
Includes what?
Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the sequel
yeah.
to the other Jedi game that came out a couple years ago. I played the first one. It was okay. The second one has a bunch of other problems that aren't even related to like the plot and gameplay. It's just the game doesn't run well on most computers, and there's no way it would work on mine.
All right,
And
girls.
down the deals and offers. They have this. Okay, so they got the Lego Star Wars games on sale.
Yeah, I'm not a gigantar fan of those Lego Star Wars games.
I think there was
They're
one
collectathons.
free through Amazon Games or something like that.
Yeah. The Lego games are all collectathons. My mother enjoys them and plays the crap out of them.
Oh yeah, no, I remember hearing about that.
I mean, they're all pretty much the same game, just different skins on them.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But-
Like the Lego movie games are a little bit different because they're a little more open world. Most of the other games are basically.
That's just all the newer ones.
Yeah.
They tried to go open world for the newer ones. So
finish
the
Yeah, I've heard
complete
it.
collection that normally goes for $300 has been discounted by 68%.
So time-consuming.
Yeah.
How nice would
Check
it
your
be to
email.
have a mammoth to handle such tasks?
Oh, Cryo. I still like Cryo.
Let's see. Oh, thank
Now
you.
then, let
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Muchos gracias,
quite
K.
old, this letter. We'll need to store it carefully.
Huh?
What happened? What?
While
Oh,
you were
he gifted me
AFK,
KOTOR and Force Unleashed for PC.
Oh.
while you were checking on your kids, we got you mentioned that some of the Star Wars games are on sale for May the 4th. And so I just looked up his wish list and saw a couple of the games that were amongst what he was
Yeah.
referring to, and you know,
Addressed to grandfather.
Did your amigo a
Had come
solid?
all the way from Tuli
Yeah.
Yolal.
Yeah.
Actually, so
Gotta
I
quad
played
you on that.
Force Unleashed on the PSP, so I already know all the plot, but I didn't play it on the other systems. And the thing that I don't know is, like, there was apparently a ton of
The ink's too
DLC
faded.
and
Hardly
crap
anything is legible.
that they added to the other
Come
systems.
on, give me something.
Why do I have a subscription? Oh, that's inactive.
A commission to
And
investigate
so
the Golden
I never got to
City.
play any of that, so that's why that was
Into
on my
Ral.
list. And I've never played KOTOR.
No one
Which
ever mentioned such
Apparently
a
it's some
commission.
really awesome game.
Nor
that
have I
I'm
seen
supposed to
any
play.
records. Something else in here.
Okay, operator, shut up. I'm trying to pay attention here.
Okay.
Oh, someone's after me Lucky Charms.
How did
isn't that something for the new job?
did you go there, grandfather? To the Golden City in Tural.
The never-ending dump buckets.
But no, the little charm that Kyle had, isn't that something to do with
Pictomancer?
one of the new jobs in Dawn Trail?
Nope.
So definitely not Pictomancer.
It has basically nothing to do with Pictomancer. It's just
Back again
well, you'll see
already,
when we get into
after
it.
making a show of leaving.
Got it.
Okay. Well, because yeah, the two new jobs are pirate and painter,
Well,
right?
this is it. Charlene, quite a far cry from
The
Tuliola.
Viper and Pictomancer.
Pirate and painter.
I'm not sure Viper counts as a pirate.
Come, let's go and find your candidate.
Unless
friend.
Orlando Bloom counts as a pirate, but I mean, I really don't think he does.
Orlando Bloom count as that would be the entirety of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yeah, but he
Which-
didn't really ever become a proper pirate, now did he?
The poor lad tried.
He became the captain of Davy Jones's ship, the
Which
Flying
wasn't really a
Dutchman.
pirate ship.
He kind
They were
of
just guiding the souls of the dead.
He just kind of fell face first into that role. He didn't really, really finish the application process.
Exactly. This is the part you gotta pay attention to.
All right. Oh, thank you, Varshawn. All right, Baldician Annex.
That would be in Old Charlotte.
Which is where I'm going.
Which is where they told you to go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's good that he's going where they told him to go, because it would make no sense to go to Limsa Lominsa.
Well, that depends.
What, the
That's the wrong
diapers?
way, Farrell.
Why are you talking about... What are you talking about the president's diapers for?
Wait.
I'm not wrong. There is no way that man is wearing BVDs right now. There's no way El Presidente is wearing tighty whities right now.
I don't want to hear any discussion of any man's undergarments, let alone Trump's.
Last I checked, Biden is the current president, Will.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
Unfortunately,
about
Will, it did. As much as we want to just, get that out of our heads, it is an ever-present looming annoyance. Oh, look at Kryle. She actually took her hood off. She's wearing a little bow and got a little cowlick and everything.
Wait. You mean she doesn't have cat ears?
No, she doesn't. That's just the hood.
I thought that was why she had the
No.
cat-eared hood.
She's just
had the...
Will never mess with the researcher's LARPing hobbies, okay? She always wants a live-action roleplay as a Mikote.
Seriously?
No. I'm just saying, that's a plausible explanation. In the absence of actual facts, I get to make up my own reality anytime I want.
Oh, I thought that's what I was doing.
Yeah, but the problem is this is my stream. So I reject your reality and substitute it with my own.
No, you were rejecting my reality and instituting reality.
What? So you truly do believe that she has a LARP fetish?
No. I wanted to forget that Biden is president.
Oh, okay. So we're back to that.
I don't think we ever left.
No, we didn't. Seriously, do you know what someone needs to do?
We're on Rumble, I can say that.
Do you know what someone needs to do? Someone needs to refilm Oops, I Crap My Pants with Joe Biden. They need to refilm that SNL sketch and have Biden be the spokesman for it. I don't care if it's
AI.
Just do it as a deep fake. Oh my gosh, that is golden. That would
do
be
it with AI and then make it into a political commercial.
Oh my gosh, yes. If someone had, seriously, I can't believe someone hasn't done it yet. And I have no problem with people stealing that idea. Because I know I can't pull it off. I don't have the wherewithal to make this happen. But this is my benefit to society. I'm just gonna fold this little paper butterfly and just let it off into the world. And saying someone needs to make an Oops, I Crap My Pants commercial with President Joe Biden in it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You need to look up Oops, I Crapped My Pants SNL sketch.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. It is very funny.
I'm very scared what results would show up if I Google that.
1990s SNL sketch. That's what it is.
Yes, it does sound very sketchy.
Yeah. It's a comedy sketch, Will. It is a vignette of silliness, Will. Okay, now I need to shut up because I need to actually pay attention here.
You needed to pay attention for the last 3 quest arcs.
I've been somewhat paying attention for the last 3 quest arcs. So, operators, so far with this mouse, in terms of the basics, it feels pretty nice.
That's good.
I mean, we'll have to see what happens when I actually pop into a dungeon and have to click stuff.
My concern is that going from the M908, which is shaped very similarly to the G600, I'm going to be losing. On the G600 is that ring finger button, but like the resting space.
Right.
This is what you really need to pay attention to.
Erinville!
Apologies for the wait. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural. Then the person who you wish to introduce.
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Well, it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
Crap.
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is her. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain she's no ordinary woman.
Whoa.
Kitty?
I'm Uklamat,
Kitty?
claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
Yep, we're going in Spanish mode, folks.
Huh?
Tulihuela.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
Yep, we're going into Aztec territory here, folks.
I'll get to the point.
Aztecs don't speak
come with
Spanish.
me to my homeland.
Well, they're going to make a loose connection here. That outfit is definitely Aztec
Given the
inspired.
magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why
Aztec,
you're making
Incan,
it?
or
No, Aztec. It's not Incan.
what was the third?
Mayan.
Of course.
Mayan.
Yeah. Those are the three big ones.
Soon,
I would
an
assume
event
that
of
there
great
could be
import will
influences
held in
from
Tural.
any and
The right
all,
of succession.
of them.
So possibly, well, I mean,
Or the
Incas.
general area of where Dawn Trail is most likely heading.
Right.
Yeah. But
Yeah. So Incas from Peru. Aztec 100% from Mexico. Mayans could be Mexico or Central America. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning.
Yeah, this
and
is
where we're heading is. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that is a very kind of a.
When Aaronville told me,
It's not a heavy Spanish accent, but it's like enough to where you can tell that the intended purpose is to be Spanish-y, but it's not like heavy Spanish accent.
A mighty warrior
Okay.
who knows no fear.
This
who
is weird.
Sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds.
Because
who flew to the edge of existence.
okay, so
and saved
I'm
our
watching your
star.
stream on through Discord. You're streaming it through the voice chat channel.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was.
I'm
And so
not
I
getting
told her.
any of the dialogue,
elegant.
the
Oh,
spoken dialogue.
You're not getting any of the audio.
No, I'm getting audio. I'm getting background music. I'm just not getting any of the speech.
Oh. Now that's weird.
Now you know why.
That
You'd
is
come
weird.
to Tural, yes?
I just checked and can corroborate.
Wait, let's all just
Oh.
slow down.
It must be because of how Fortune
Ruklamat,
handles its
was
audio
it?
channels.
You claim to be of the
Yeah,
royal family.
that's a possibility.
But is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihuela is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulsha, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulsha, and one blessed with two heads besides. He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about
Smack.
your land, and nothing about your parentage.
Yeah, I'm a little different.
But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you can do far worse than come with me.
Sounds like a good time. Let's roll.
No. this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valiarmanda. Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
You have my complete attention.
We're going to get along, you and I. Tural has no shortage of unexplored frontiers and deadly fiends. You'll never want for excitement, I promise you.
Now all I need is your credit card.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child.
And your PSN
Just because
ID.
you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Mother's maiden name.
Tuliolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter
I
to
love all those.
Grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
What? Bunny Boy is not amused. Alright, so we got Golden Cities, Fiends, and a quest for winning a competition. Sounds great.
The competition for the throne of Tuliolio.
Yes. Oh, excuse me. So wait, we got another dungeon right now?
No, it's not a dungeon. It's a solo instance.
Oh, solo instance, okay.
But they're not dungeons.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This sounded like it was ramping up to be a dungeon. Alright, to the harbor.
Ease.
Oh. Might as well go up here. Alright, we're gonna unlock this super quick. On the way anyway. Thank you, Yoshi P. All right. Time to test out the new mouse.
Indeed. Though most of that will be hitting your one button.
From here,
yeah.
we must walk.
Or jog. We're going to jog.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural. Oh, a white bear. I wonder what it tastes like.
No, we don't eat the Coca-Cola bears.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else
so
unprovoked.
Tasty.
I know. The marbling.
Bears are incredibly gamey.
That just means you haven't had it prepared properly.
Right?
And I mean, think about
So
it.
this is
Their
the
diet is
aisle
of,
where ether literally
of
bursts.
Coca-Cola. So that they've gotten
No.
this inherent
No, it's
sweetness.
Aye, the Isle of
It's
Ham.
been marinating
The
in their
geysers like
blood
deep
for
inland, however.
eons and eons.
Their diet is whatever they can eat, including you.
You really are knowledgeable.
And baby seals.
Kona told me nothing about this place.
For polar bears, yes.
I doubt your brother managed to come
But
out
we're
this
not
way.
talking about polar bears.
He's
We're talking
like
about
to
Coca-Cola
facilities
bears.
like Labyrinthos, however.
Yeah.
Yeah. All they do is drink Coca-Cola, man.
I know, right?
I mean, they've been doing it since the
great big
90s.
cavern under the city. It's
At
amazing
least.
that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
Yeah. It's about right.
This brother of yours, he has been to Charlian.
It's a cat and a bunny. What's next? A cat? No, the next is a lion.
He has.
Oh,
Kono's my
look,
second
another
older
cat.
brother, and until recently, he was a student in the city.
It's a big kitty. Lion kitty.
He went on and on about technological amusements.
But
It
it's
made me
it's
want
what
to come here too
the
one day.
female Rothgar model.
And so I did. I
don't think
I
so.
understood something of how he felt when I.
I
set
mean,
foot in
operator,
his
this is
beloved
different than the
studio.
Hrothgar, right?
What?
He went to the studio.
What's different?
Your brother must be
what's her
quite a
face?
scholar.
She's just
Oh,
a female
Lamont.
Hrothgar.
Oh, she is a female Hrothgar. Oh, I thought the Hrothgar models were different.
But I wonder.
Come on, Farrell.
Like you,
Pay
he'd be
attention.
I don't pay attention to the
Would such a
female
personage
Hrothgar
coming to
models.
Charlian to receive an education
The
would
female
surely have
Hrothgar
caused a
models
stir, yet
have not existed
I recall
before
nothing
her.
of the sort.
Okay.
She's the first one we're seeing in game.
Got it.
He consulted with the head of the
Kinda like
studio
the,
beforehand. That
ninja
his
chick?
identity might
Vieira.
remain secret.
Yeah, male Vieira.
No, the aura, the female aura that shows up at the
Yugiri?
yeah.
Being Mikote, he had no
Yeah.
trouble blending in. He's adopted like me. you
She's
see.
yeah. Wook is
One
being
time though, he almost let it slip to a professor.
introduced the same way.
It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
But I mean, there will be blue mages
Ask
in the
whatever you
new
like.
area
I don't mind.
you're going to in Dawn
But I
Trail,
maintain,
correct?
hunting together is the best way to get to know
yeah, I
someone.
mean, they're keeping Blue Mage, right?
Blue Mage will be getting updated to level 90 in
The
Dawn
researchers
Trail.
should be up ahead.
I'm not talking about the
Let's
game
find them and
mechanics. I'm
learn what you
talking
can.
about lore. There are blue mages in that area of the world.
Yes, but we don't know if we're actually going to that part of the new world.
Okay.
It's entirely possible that we never see any of the Blue Mages that we talked with in the Blue Mage questline.
Got it.
The researchers should be just ahead.
Okay, I heard that.
There. The building to the northeast.
So, ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that think to try me. Right.
Well, I don't know if you call it savage, but it's the size of a divot in their arm.
Look! Someone's in trouble.
Yeah, taste my ass.
These animals are usually so docile.
Yep, this is going to take a little while to get back to remap the muscle memory 100%.
You'll get there.
You're talking about moosin'?
You really are famous.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
Alright.
So this new kitty girl, she, tank,
Quite an
warrior type?
interesting contraption you've got here.
Yeah.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
I'll handle this. Is that all? Come on, let's pick up the creature's trail. These claw marks, I've seen their like before. It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You presume it's even safe to eat?
Animal leavings.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Well, you want the animals to stay, not leave, right?
No, we're gonna murder him.
You suppose they're upset we expelled their home?
If they're spoiling for a fight, they've got one.
Let's head back and report what we found.
So is there a lore reason we haven't seen female Hrothgar yet?
They're rare.
Powerful wings.
Oh, okay.
And razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
Does the chicken have large talons? Bonk. That's a big parrot.
What is that thing?
Brock!
It speaks?
Brock! Now that is a scary parrot.
It's heading towards the falls.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
As said by someone who has fought dragons and gods.
Come, Woklamat.
You're scared by a little bird.
That's a big bird.
I mean, aside from the fact that I hear that that's the word.
Right. You know. Sprint. Whoop.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Yeah. You say what you want to keep your warrior
Forgive
card.
me, but I failed to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
I'll be my surprise.
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
Clap. Tui.
Also you like bird, I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to swap those. Swap those.
Shut up already, you blasted bird! Not good. Quickly, gather together. I've got you.
That was too close.
Steady now. Thank you. Nothing to it.
Seems like a potential new warrior ability.
For everything you have of it.
Woohoo! I finished. Rock.
And I had barely limbered up.
She is not ready for this.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Sure, we'll just go with that.
Only to be expected.
You sound a bit far from your mic.
You were pretty impressive yourself.
My mic is a little bit lower.
I was right to invite you on a hunt. What a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks? Dirty tricks?
Aye, dirty and despicable.
What?
Leave this to me.
Yeah, Kryl. Pew pew.
Kryl.
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
Yep, basically, that's it. That's what we got, Maldor. A midget with a paintbrush.
So
Welcome
this
to
is
Final
what
Fantasy,
you meant by
Maldor.
seeing to preparations.
After
Oh, she's
hearing
wearing
of
the
contest,
earring. How cute.
I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamut. Alas, it
A
seems I
universe
missed
with
most of the action.
midgets and paintbrushes, Maldor. That's what this is. And cat girls. And tiger
That was
girls.
amazing. The piece didn't stand a chance.
Just remember, when Stormblood came out,
I'm glad to
the
have been of
all-important question
service.
was asked, wait, if we're going to be able to learn how to swim and swim underwater, how does the Warrior of Light breathe underwater? Yoshi P's
May I
response?
ask what inspired this change?
Final Fantasy. There's magic.
Magic.
End of story.
Maldor, you have played Final Fantasy before. This should not be
You will recall
anything
the
out
time
of the
you
ordinary.
descended to the ethereal sea in search of Hydaelyn.
I mean, they had Viera
Recognizing
in
that
FF
my
12.
skills were
Right, that's where they were first really
inadequate,
introduced.
I chose to provide support from
Well,
afar.
I mean, Rothgar
rather
were
than join
in
you.
10.
You haven't? I thought surely you have played a Final Fantasy at this point of your life.
It was the
He
same when you
hasn't,
set
and
forth
don't
for
call him
Ultima
Shirley.
Thule. How it pained me to stay behind.
You really
again
haven't
and
played
again.
a Final Fantasy, Maldor? Wow. Methinks you would have at least had some idea of Final Fantasy characters and tropes and shenanigans. Wow. Calling me surprised, Maldor. I thought you would have at least been somewhat knowledgeable of what hijinks happen in Final Fantasy games.
That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to
That is a
hone
good
my
accomplishment.
craft.
Actually, Maldor, theoretically, we're well over 30 games at this point in the series.
Yeah, by the time you include all
As
the
you all
spin-offs.
have adapted your
Well,
methods
spin-offs,
to suit
Game
the
Boy games, stuff
circumstances,
like that.
I started by considering how I might best contribute.
And I
after
decided to
much
go Bob
deliberation,
Ross on
I
everyone.
arrived at my answer.
At least it's not Tataru
Right.
choosing to try.
With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy.
16 is technically a
The
mainline.
legendary Archon realm.
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. Realm is a character from Final Fantasy VI, and she is a Pictomancer. Or artist, whatever.
So, 16 is the amount of mainline numbered games. If we don't include sequel games for 10 and 13. Or the FF7 remake.
As
and
I
its
recall,
sequels.
you
Yeah,
have embraced
so
versatility to
so
effectively
16
complement a
is
certain
a
someone's
mainline
style.
title, but 1000% it's more of a love letter to all of the other Final Fantasy series. That's like a fair amount of content is just paying homage to other ones in the series in an MMO format.
Are you 14, not 16?
You're talking about 14, not 16.
Oh yeah, 14. Yeah. Sorry about that. So Kingdom Hearts doesn't really
count.
Kingdom Hearts is more of a mashup in terms of its numbering system. Let's not even get into that. That is a whole 100% separate discussion.
There's like over a dozen Kingdom Hearts games.
No, Maldor, 90% of Kingdom Hearts fans screw up the timeline of Kingdom Hearts games. I have played all the Kingdom Hearts except RE-coded on Game Boy Game Boy DS.
A lot of the Kingdom Hearts games were on like phone in Japan only.
Yes, that is another big problem with the Kingdom Hearts games. Excuse me.
From what I understand, there may be only one thing that is more convoluted than
What I
the
do is much the
timeline of
Like
Kingdom
you,
of Hearts,
I don't want to be left
and
behind.
that is Fate.
You mean like Fate
Indeed.
Blade Works, Fate Infinity Blade Works? Oh yeah, the anime Fate. Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yes. That timeline is so screwed up. No. Okay. So Maldor, basically, Final Fantasy in a nutshell is like standard fantasy, and then Japan got its whole basically Japan took a Dungeons and Dragons game and went anime on it. That's Final Fantasy 1.
I think it got kicked off by taking Dungeons and Dragons game, mixing in a little bit of wizardry, that old school PC RPG,
right,
and dumping it through anime.
Yes,
right. So then after that, in Final Fantasy 2, they started to actually legitimately write scenarios. And, Final Fantasy 1 was just fight the bad guys, get the crystals. There's people to talk to, but whatever. And then starting with Final Fantasy 2 and 3, they then really started working on, creating like a whole coherent script for the entire game. And then Final Fantasy 4 is actually one of the first ones where they really made a huge leap in terms of the overall presentation, game mechanics, stuff like that. So, Magic, Final Fantasies 1, 2, and 3 are all on the NES. Final Fantasy 4, which Final Fantasy 2 here in the United States was on Super Nintendo. And then Final Fantasies 5 and 6 are also on the SNES, but Final Fantasy 5 was never released here originally, and Final Fantasy 6 was Final Fantasy 3 here originally. And then we make the jump to PlayStation with Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, and then PlayStation 2, 10, 11, 12, 12-2, and then PS3, 13, 14, or 13, all three of 13, 14, 15, and then 16 is now on PS4 or PS5.
5.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, I was distracted a bit. Did you get the sequel to Final Fantasy 4?
Yes, After Years.
Yeah, that doesn't really count because that was created like decades after the game was made.
It still counts.
Well, it does, but it was more of an
It was
afterthought.
addressed to my grandfather Galuf, and turned
And
up
then we
among
talk
the
about Final
students'
Fantasy
archives.
Legends series, Final Fantasy Adventure series on Game Boy, Final Fantasy Tactics on, it's
The PS1, and then later on the Game Boy Advance game, the sequels were on the Game Boy Advance.
yeah, and then the
Chocobo
myriad,
Dungeon.
all the spin-offs. Yeah, the spin-offs.
Chocobo
the spin-offs
Dungeon,
are
World of Final
many.
Fantasy, Strangers of Paradise,
Final Fantasy Type 0. Type 0 is actually not bad. Type 0 is a fun game, but you got to understand that there is so much more than meets the eye to that game, and it's also basically a Final Fantasy 15 tech demo. That's all that was.
There's Transformers?
Huh? Type 0?
Yeah, you said there's more than meets the eye.
Oh, ha 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 ha.
The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name.
But yeah,
Galoo,
basically Final
someone.
Fantasy started off as a computerized version of D&D
Jaja. Galul
for
Jaja.
single player.
That's my father.
And then
the Dawn
over the
servant.
years, it got a bunch of recurring elements such as Moogles, Chocobos, and an engineer named
Crystals.
Sid.
So Maldor, there was never a direct sequel in a Final Fantasy until Final Fantasy X on the PlayStation 2. They actually made Final Fantasy X-2, which sucked, and yeah. And then they made Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, 13-19 Returns, which the other two of Final Fantasy 13 sucked. They were not that great.
Now, if you depending on how you look at it, 14, like each expansion could be considered a type of sequel. that's a continuation of the base game.
Right. But in terms of the numbered series building on each other, no, they are mostly all disconnected storylines. The only other one that could be close is Final Fantasy 12 and Final Fantasy Tactics and Tactics Advance, because they all take place in Ivalice, but they are super
unconnected.
Let's see, timeline in game, not sequels, because all sequels suffer from sequel syndrome in some form. No, they're completely different worlds. Mostly they're all different worlds in different universes. They do not exist on the same planet.
Entirely different. It's like having an entirely new D&D campaign in an entirely different setting.
Basically, yeah.
What
I
does
mean,
the letter say?
there is an argument that could be said that they're each different dimensions within a multiverse.
Right.
But they're so completely separate from each other.
Basically, most games have similar enemy types at one point.
Yeah, you'll find goblins and...
I mean, it's not necessarily messed up. It's just there is no continuity between the games. I mean, Final Fantasy XIV can kind of serve as a theoretical hub if you want to make huge leaps and stretches into theory land, but
that's really only because they designed 14 to be a love letter to the entire series in general.
Yeah. So most every game is its own contained sphere, so to speak. There is no real time where these events happened X amount of years in the future after these events, stuff like that. So, let me think. What is it most kind of like? I'm trying to think of a game series that I can closely mirror. Because, like, even Legend of Zelda, like, theoretically has its own timelines, and that timeline is screwed up beyond belief.
No.
The Zelda timeline?
It's screwed up, not beyond belief, but...
Yeah, ha ha ha.
No,
While much of it isn't legible,
I've seen someone make sense of it.
It appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
Yeah. But anyway, Final Fantasy is a wonderful series. I absolutely love the series.
Dawn Servant himself.
Except 10-2. It sucks.
Well.
But yeah, I've played...
More than a rumor
I've basically played every mainline entry except the original 2 and 3 at this point. And 11. But 11's another MMO, and I'm not touching it. No.
11 isn't as bad as it used to be now that they have trusts implemented, but it is still very lengthy and a grind.
Yeah, and I don't want to touch it.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
Wait, that would assume she knows how to read.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tuliyollal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, it would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuliyollal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
You're always starving. We're eating that.
Hey, we can make some good tacos out of that jerkbird. Jerkbird tacos. All right. All right, Dickin. What can you do for me, Home Slice? I want jerkbird tacos. Ah, bird meat. Okay.
Come.
Nom nom. Yeah, that's what I like to see.
I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
That bite is the size of her fist.
Yep.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Hey, si no se pico dos veces, no es comida, chavo. You gotta eat it, buddy. Let it burn both ends of you.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
Yeah, this isn't Turali spicy. It's Thavnarian spicy.
Oh, boy.
According to Dickon, the dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice. So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Charlian.
Whoops.
It's nothing I can't handle.
This exact same thing happened with a Mexican that I was with on my mission. We had dinner at a Peruvian's house.
Look at her eyes.
And we had tacos. He made us really good tacos. And he's like, "Hey, elders, I got this hot sauce here. You know, I usually put a little bit, you know, like maybe a teaspoon in my cooking. You know, just be careful." So then Elder Villa Gomez, he goes, "Oh, whatever." Plop, 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 plop. Takes one bite. And then his companion goes, "Oh, man, you're so weak, even though you're Mexican." Plop, plop, plop. Takes a bite. And he's dying too. So then my companion goes, "Okay, are these guys really just messing with us?" Plop, plop, plop. Takes a bite. He is just crying. It burns so bad. And I'm just like, okay, welp. When in Rome. And I took a bite, and I'm like, oh, good Lord, I made a mistake. It hurts so bad.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should always know your limitations.
Oh, no. My limitations hit on another person's, by the mouth of 2 to 3 witnesses. No, man. The worst one I ever had was when I had
manners reflect poorly on
undercooked
the
chicken
both of us.
mole at this lady's house. Oh boy, that Burger King did not know what hit them. We get to the Burger King. My companion goes, "Dude, I think we have to order in order to use the restroom." I go, "That's not going to be a problem, companion." I walk in and said, "I need to use your bathroom now," and they go, "Okay." Bzzz. They actually had to buzzer me into the bathrooms in Jersey. And
Would I
yes,
be correct in assuming you've known each
the
other
only
for a long
thing that
time?
went through my mind was nuclear launch detected.
I thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ.
Man, she
is a
pounded that
long-standing
ribeye.
acquaintance. Nothing.
Oops.
I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
Oh, they're frenzies.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
For
Well,
plot
if he's going to be a
reasons.
miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead. Since ancient times, many peoples have called to... The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant,
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate,
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
after everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
Sounds good.
I
I'll help
understand
cheat.
your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, the ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly,
A
one
warrior
of
of
good character as well.
considerable skill.
And so I ask you,
I'll be much better
will
once
you
I
lend me
figure
your
out
strength
this
and
new
help
mouse
me win the
configuration.
throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
We'll stay here waiting
that
for the
case,
answer, which will
allow us to
magically
prepare a room
happen
for you
next
at the
expansion.
Valdesian Annex.
That's very kind of you.
Give your answer before next expansion.
Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
Sure. Go for it, you glutton. Ugh. All right, this is the last one, right? Coming Dawn?
I think so.
Yeah, I think this is the last one. Bevis. Okay, geography. The bean-filled burrito. Hold on. It says, produce was far from the only bounty of Kennerman's expeditions to Tyrell. Many tantalizing recipes, such as the bean-filled burrito, and gripping legends, such as that. All right, we're gonna get burritos in the next expansion, boys. Yeehaw!
And tacos.
Yes, I am definitely getting the taco eating emote. 100%. I don't care if I have to pay money for it. I'm getting it. Because I need the taco emote. Bloop, 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 bloop. want a burrito. Papatos. Popotos. As we regale them with our intricacies of the bean-filled burrito. Ah, so there are beans in quesadilla format. And that's a burrito? No, you're wrong. We have planning. Doob-doob-doo. All right.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story. What about you, my friend?
I would never say no to a new adventure.
Ha! I thought you might say that. With an intrepid attitude such as yours, be it the contest or something else, there will be many trials for you to overcome. But in the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely the experiences to be had. Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road.
Oh, that was profound indeed, Grahatia.
But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on in...
Joya is pensive as she looks off onto the sea. Oh, Thancred. Thancred, buddy. All right.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
I wish to boldly go where I've never gone before, even though I've done that multiple times on this journey so far.
Then you need me as much as I need you.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
We were planning to leave without Alphino.
Right, we wanted to, but unfortunately you come as a 2-for-1 deal.
Alice, what are you two doing here?
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wooklamat. And when we fortuitously met
I
again
thought
at
we
the
were taking
Agora
this
just
Indian
now,
too.
they...
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that.
First impressions last.
Whoops. Oh, Alice is not amused.
Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alice.
And she doesn't have a last name because we found her in the back of a pickup truck as a child.
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors. We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume...
Nonsense. Like I told
I
you
don't
before,
want to
you're
assist you
indispensable.
anymore.
They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know...
I would expect that they do not get to this new world in this manner. But I really think that one way that they should travel there
As I recall,
is to first go up to the moon.
You were the first to state your desire to visit Turan.
And then Helldivers 2 Managed Democracy style, just orbital dropship.
No, I want cannon
down.
travel.
Still,
I want Secret of Mana cannon travel. That's what I want.
Just when our order is beginning to
I'm
find
trying to
its
remember
feet.
that.
You use cannons to shoot
have
yourself
nothing
all
to
over the
worry
map
about.
in Secret of Mana.
Nice.
I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I
And
set
the
off to
best is
explore
when you
Alzadal's
land in an
legacy.
area, if there happens to be an
It's
enemy,
only
you
fair
actually
that I
damage
return
the
the
enemy
favor.
when you land.
Pray,
Nice.
leave the students to Ojika and me.
Or you at least knock them back. I can't remember if you actually deal any real damage to them.
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you?
Thank you, Ra.
Oh, you make Kryle super
Well,
happy.
Looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora. There.
Just like that, with adhesive.
This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the site of your next great adventure, Tural.
Ooh. Here we go with the guitar riff. Oh yeah.
You can skip the credits.
But why would you want to?
Because they're over an hour long.
Yeah, I might want to do that.
Or at least they were last time I watched them. They're probably over 2 hours long now.
Yep, that's it.
No, cutscene.
Oh.
Always a cutscene.
So, okay, so Maldor, this is the final end of the current expansion. So, yes. So technically this is credits, the real credits for all of the DLC content or all of the extra content released for this.
All the patch content.
Yes, all the patch content for this expansion. Yes, of Endwalker.
May I ask your destination?
What you just saw in the last couple of hours is mostly
The
lead up
north
for
and
Dawn
east.
Trail.
I've
It's
already
the
seen.
cliffhanger.
I suppose I'll head west this time. West, you say?
Westward ho! Meanwhile...
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
Ooh. Contention, is it?
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
He's bulimic.
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember.
Aye. Oh, nice looking at the camera, buddy.
Come, my friend. We make for Taral.
No, they're good guys. They're good guys.
They've been on our side since the beginning.
Yeah.
In fact, if you start in Ul'dah, you meet Thancred first.
Nope.
Yes.
No, wait, Ul'dah. I'm sorry. I heard Ul'dah and my brain processed that as Limsa Luminsa.
No,
but no,
that would
you are
be
correct.
Ishtola and Limsa.
Yeah.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Emmett
Or the
Silk?
treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of blind
okay.
frost in Offard's north.
Got it.
These are his words that he spoke at the
The
end of
fabled
6.0.
golden cities of the New World.
Well, that's where
Hashtag
we're
Emmett
going.
Selk did nothing wrong.
He did not do anything wrong.
He created a massive plot hole.
Hashtag
completely under. No, it completely just a giant gaping
Anchor,
hole.
weigh
into the
anchors
bowl.
now. The tide is high, and the dawn of a new adventure nigh. Row forth to break horizons bond and tread the gilded path beyond.
Hashtag Emmett Selk did nothing wrong. Hashtag Emmett Selk did nothing right.
Hashtag we just like screwing with operator.
He is a giant freaking plot hole. A walking plot hole that completely invalidates the entirety of the story up to Shadowbringers.
Yes, but he's a smexy plot hole.
All right. There you go.
So you are now once again finally caught up.
I am finally caught up.
Time to do Alliance raids and variant dungeons.
Yes, but not now. I am going to bed because I am tired. But all right. Finally, we got caught up on the MSQ. So now we're doing stuffs so I can actually get caught up on other things. So, yeah, so that's going to be it for Final Fantasy XIV this week. We are going to start Dragon's Dogma on Monday. So, let's see. They thought I was a plot hole once, looked me up in a room with a complete story. Somehow it messed up by my mere presence. Very nice, Maldor. All right. So we're gonna head out here. We're gonna close everything up. So Monday and Tuesday will be Dragon's Dogma, and then Wednesday through Saturday will be Final Fantasy XIV, starting on Monday. So I plan on being out here tomorrow night. I think we're gonna do Wondrous Tales tomorrow night and just take care of a few other things. We'll leave the Alliance raid stuff for the actual on-stream stuffs. But yeah, so anyway, thank you, Operator and Will, for hanging out in voice chat tonight.
Of course.
So, yeah, so we'll be back on Monday evening. I might be out here Monday morning. We'll have to see what happens with the dog. So yeah, so until later, my friends, good night, Isaiah Norris, wherever you are. Good night, everyone. Good night.